The following is a presentation of TFNN. Live at TFNN, the Money Masters.
Let's go to Carlos in California. Hey, Carlos, what's going on?
I want to thank you guys for all that you do for TFNN. I've been a Tiger for over 10 years. Actually, I started listening to you before I even speak a word of English.
Oh, really?
And the thing that captivated me was when you make like, rawr. I was like, wow, what is that?
That is so cool. And where are you from?
Take it serious. I'm from the south, actually the northwest part of Mexico.
I love it.
Right next to Guayabitos.
Okay.
It's close to Puerto Vallarta.
Okay, cool.
Yes, and I listen from there, and then when I arrived here, I married my wife, and then I keep listening to your radio station.
That's a beautiful thing, man.
It's such a great thing.
Now, your Money Masters, Tom O'Brien and Steve Rhodes.
Welcome, folks. Steve Rhodes, Tom O'Brien. We appreciate you being out here growling and prowling with us. We have the Dow right now down 51, NASDAQ off 15, S&P's off 7. We get gold up $1.80, silver's down 30, platinum's off 5. We get bonds down 21. King dollar's down 21. It was up good. But all the money's going into the euro because, you know, the whole thing in Greece is going to be settled.
No grease fire.
Don't worry about it, man.
Fire.
Don't worry about
baby.
anything, man. Don't worry about anything. It's it's a beautiful thing.
They're riding in the streets of Greece.
Oh, man, let me tell you, it's going to be wild watching this whole thing shake out because what you have, folks, is that you know, it's coming across the tape. Yeah, there's a settlement any moment, and of course that has been pushing.
I have never heard that one before.
Oh, it's
not
amazing.
out of Greece. I've never heard that they're just this close.
The real question is going to be, what is the haircut? Who's going to take the haircut?
Yeah.
You know, because what's happening, folks, is that the ECB wants no haircut. Zero.
Right.
So they want all private investors to take the haircut. And it's going to be wild watching this whole thing shake out, man. There's no doubt about it.
Opa.
Yeah, so yesterday, folks, you get the Dow pushing highs with 687 million.
Was it amazing yesterday, just the volume? Just the volume in the market was like...
When you get a drop-off that's that dramatic,
yeah.
the downdraft's right around the corner.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, you push. You know, we'll see whether the Bears can get any juice out here today.
Yes.
You know, they haven't yet. You know, you get priced down slightly. What does happen... And what you do see, though, when it starts like this, it's like, okay, you're really early in the morning. We'll see whether the train, you know, like you can say the train has left the station both ways. The Bulls, you know, when the train leaves the station, it's going uptown.
For sure.
When the train leaves the station downtown, the same thing. The momentum starts. So, you know, we'll see whether we can get it. Right now, I'd say that, you know, it's basically a toss-up. You know, what you have... If we just look at the Qs, you're at 9 million versus 28 yesterday, which is an acceleration, but nothing heavy.
Right,
you know, but
right,
it is an acceleration.
Yeah,
okay?
not bad for your first...
no, it can come in very quick.
Hour, yeah.
You look at the SPYs don't have it. The SPYs are only at 25 million, you know, and you're dealing with 107. Now, you know, when you go out for 6.5 hours, it has it, but that's still not enough.
Yeah, and in that first half-hour trading, you've got, you know, you more stacked.
The buy on open.
Unless, like you say, unless the train is leaving the station, then the caboose can, or the engine can really pick up. But first half hour.
That's right. Man, that's right.
First half hour in the last 10 minutes.
Yes.
Of trading.
Huge.
You know,
huge. And as some of the Tigers are saying, it is both the SPY, the Qs, let me see the IWM. IWM, we're at 7 million versus 34. That wouldn't be it. But the Qs and the SPY, the volume has accelerated much larger than this time frame yesterday.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Because they had nothing. So what we will see is that, okay, you know, are there sellers out there? And, you know, are they... after distribution, folks, okay, the markdown period is vicious.
Right. No question.
So when the markdown period comes in, it is boom.
Yeah.
You know, it's fast.
Yeah.
Man.
It's just like going into a Macy's or any other store out there. You know, one day, you know, you got there the day before the sale, you come back, and it's 50% off.
I know, man.
60% off, 70% off. You know, that's markdown, right?
The difference in a retail store, though, is that
you get your money back.
You get your money back.
You go take your receipt in there.
You get your money back,
All
man.
sales aren't final.
There's no money back in the market, man. Do you know what I mean? You get your money back there.
It's the next trade. That's why you have stops in place.
No, absolutely. No doubt about it.
That's the only way to get your. That's the way to.
Well, unfortunately,
get your money back.
But okay, that's traders. Long-term investors don't do that.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, I heard the CEO of I think it's BN. I forgot. It was one of the banks. Yeah. It was on CNBC this morning. It was absolutely amazing. You know, some of the things that they push out to people blow my mind.
Yeah.
Okay, and what it was this morning was that, you know, you have to think, you know, 10 years.
Oh, that's okay.
Oh, and that's all they can say.
You
know, it's like you have to think 10 years. And you're going to love this. You have to be overseas.
You think they were saying that?
And this is an overseas bank anyway.
Yeah, okay. So you think they were saying you have to think 10 years and they're going back to, we're in 2011, so 2001?
No, they want you to go forward. They want you to go forward.
Yeah, of course.
So that it's 10 years from now that you realize that, oh man, look, the S&P is still at the same amount. And I don't think the S&P is going to be the same amount 10 years from now, by the way, folks. I think it will be higher.
Yeah.
But
see, it's that hard. For me, the real trip is when they're on there and they're saying, you know, God, 3 or 4% return, that'd be so great.
Yeah. No, I know.
Really?
I know. It's
okay. You tell me how someone actually, you know, that's planning for retirement, you know, and is trying to really grow that principal base, really trying to compound it, how they're going to do with 3% return.
Well, this is what he was getting his head wrapped around, which was really dangerous, as far as I could see. He was saying, and then Andrew, I think, was calling him. Either Andrew was calling him on this morning on CNBC, or Michelle was calling him on it.
Yeah.
Was that people should be taking more risk, including people that are retiring. And they says, hold it. You know, people have lost half their money on the last downdraft. So you're saying they should go out there and, you know, he gets into this thing about, well, they should be diversified. You know, folks, ask people what the definition is of these terms that they throw around.
Yeah.
Because factually, diversification inside this market has been zilch.
Right.
I mean, you're talking about zilch. I don't care whether you're in the gold market or the S&Ps or the NASDAQ 100.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
They're correlated beyond belief.
That's right.
You know, and they have been for a long time.
Yeah.
You know, they've been correlated. I mean, I would argue that they've been correlated, you know, since 2000, easy. Now, what has happened, no doubt, is that the correlation, the gold is much stronger, you know, than the market in general.
Right. You'll find asset classes that outperform for sure.
Yeah,
in fact, you know, those are, you know, that's part of the, and I'll use gold mining, if you will, in the markets. And I mean that in a different sense. Okay.
Right.
You know, and being able to look for trades, you want to. You know, when the market is moving up, you want to be taking a look at what's moving up strong with conviction and have your money there. And when the market's moving down, you want to, you know, find weakness, if you will.
Right.
You know, like we had been pointing out that the energy sector inside the S&P had been really the weak link.
Yes.
You know, on the way up. Now, yesterday it closed 1 penny above the swing point.
Really?
You know, on lighter volume. It had volume, you know, picked up a little bit yesterday, gapped up a little bit, but still, you know, whenever you get 1 point above a swing point, you're like, all right.
That's right.
Oh, okay, what are you doing here?
Now, check this out, folks. This is pretty cool. So the dollar, okay, has moved down. You know, if we go back to you know, early this morning, it was at 79.60. You're at 78.80.
Yeah.
But all it's doing, okay, is it's coming into the swing point from the third with dramatically lighter volume.
Yeah.
You know, and it's a buy. Right now it's a buy. I mean, you know, first break, I think I'll have to short the euro. Or I'll go long the dollar. I think I'll go long the dollar.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Yeah. No, I mean, look at this. It's
no, I see it.
And if you're watching Tiger TV, what you're seeing, folks, is this. The index itself is coming back with 672 contracts. You're going into 340 contracts. And this on the heels. That's what's so cool about this. What I like about this trade.
On the heels of confidence or something?
On the heels that, you know, people are buying the euro. The euro is the savior of all. You know, then Greece is the savior. Give me a break.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. You know, I caught a portion of your show. Was doing some other things yesterday afternoon, but you were I think it was yesterday. You were talking with a caller, Yeah, I know you were, and she was trying to correlate what was going on in the bond market versus the stock market.
Yes.
You know what I always think is really what I always think is real important, folks, is that when you show up to your screen or your game or what have you, you've got your own thought process, if you will. But it's always really so good to listen to the other side of the story,
Sure.
or other thoughts out there,
Absolutely.
and you need to be able to take that in and try to process it and say, what if that were right? And I think that what I got out of it, listening, you were saying, hey, look, if the money comes out of the bond market, that doesn't mean that it's going into the stock market.
No.
That you can't make that correlation. Those folks that are, investing in bonds, they've got their portfolio there. It doesn't mean they're going to make that jump. From the bonds over to the stock market. Which is I thought was really...
Yeah, and the big bond people that I know that, invest in bonds, have invested in bonds, are the larger demand of the bond market.
Yeah.
They want nothing to do with stocks, and they've never wanted anything to do with stocks.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah.
That's not their game.
Right.
What their game is they're the turtle.
Yeah.
And they're the turtle in a big way. They get returns in a big way.
Yeah.
They put the money in there, and that's what they want, and they're happy with it.
Yeah.
And they're big.
Yeah.
And they're it's a real deal.
Yeah.
I mean, in the 90s and even in the 2000s, I remember the fights. Inside the aspect is that what can make you more money, bonds or stocks? Well, bonds have shown bonds have blown away stocks.
Yeah.
I mean,
blown
them away.
Huge bull market.
Yeah, since 1980.
Yeah, but it was so important, I mean, what I didn't want to do is I want to take something that I thought was a real important aspect, that a piece of information out there, and for people to not really pick up on it.
Right.
Because, I don't know if she totally grasped it or not, or others, but I think it's always good, to be out there listening to other people's opinions.
Yeah, well, and and you bring up a huge point. When you hear, folks, okay, this is my personal opinion, but when you hear that money has to go from one place to another place to another place, meaning and stay in the market, to me, that is not how the market works. And I can tell you personally, that's not what I do.
Yeah.
When you're in the market all the time, I'm taking that money, putting it somewhere else.
Yeah.
Flat out.
Yes.
There's a million type of things you can put it in.
For sure.
Not a million, but I would say that this I'm not the only one that does that.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
No, exactly.
You think even the huge money. You think Bill Gates and all these guys, they take money out of the market and they go do something else with it.
Yeah.
Man. I mean, there's a lot of different types of investments.
Absolutely. Yep.
Particularly when you're in the market all the time.
Yeah.
If you're totally in the market, if you're not in the market all the time, then you're there and you're putting it in. Versus in the market all the time, and your job is to take it out and put it somewhere else.
Right.
I know. 877-927-6648. This is going to get wild watching this shake out, because what you had here is gold. Okay, so gold has a bid underneath it.
How about that? Yeah. It's up $8.
But the equities don't. And now what you have is that we got, 88,000 contracts. And that's a good bid. That's a good bid. Now, ICE on gold, folks, is up at 1745. We're at 1733 right now. So we'll see what happens up at that 1745 area. This is Steve Rhodes, Tom O'Brien. You stay right there, folks. We have, let's see, where are we? There she is. Okay. So we get the Dow down 29, NASDAQ off 10, S&P's off 5. You get gold up 880, silver's off 40 cents. We get platinum up 225. We're going to be right back.
X-Story Gold Mines, an NYSE Amex-listed company trading under the symbol XG, is slated to be the newest gold-silver producer in Argentina. X-Story is forecast to produce more than $250 million in bullion annually, beginning in 2013, at a cash cost of less than $200 for each ounce of gold produced. That forecast will make X-Story one of the highest margin operators in South America and a sector leader in the mining industry. X-Story has $50 million in its treasury, having spent over $60 million to date on drilling and engineering. The ultimate size of its Argentina discovery could be determined by year-end, as results from the 6 drills operating at the site are fully assessed. To find out more about X-Story Gold Mines and their exciting growth potential, click on their banner on the front page of TFNN.com or check them out on the NYSE Amex under the symbol XG.
TFNN is proud to bring you the cutting edge of investment newsletters. Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks. Ken is a top-down investor who lets price and volume in the major stock indices tell him when to be in the market and when to be out. By using his unique blend of fundamental and technical analysis, Ken will protect your hard-earned capital while realizing breakout gains. Go to TFNN.com today, click Investment Newsletters, and get Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks free for 2 weeks.
You take a hands-on approach to managing your investments, and whether you're bullish or bearish on U.S. Treasuries, the ETFs from Direction Shares are there to help you seek to maximize your returns. Bull ETFs for a rising market and bear ETFs for a falling market. Direction Shares gives you the tools for both sides of the trade. Discover how we can help at DirectionShares.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction Shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction Shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction Shares at 800-851-0511. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors employing dynamic strategies. Investors in the fund should understand the consequences of seeking daily investment results, understand the risk of shorting, and intend to actively monitor and manage their investments. Distributor Foresight Fund Services, LLC.
Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, co-host of The Money Masters with Tom O'Brien, seen daily at TFNN.com, author of Mastering Probabilities, a daily investment and trading newsletter, and teacher of the money game. Studies show that 3 out of 5 people are afraid for their life in trading these markets, and the number one reason given is fear of loss. Look, fear stands for false evidence appearing real, and the money game proves it. Lesson number 1, don't risk more than 1% of your trading capital on any trade. Why, you ask? Because 35 trades in a row where you risk 50 cents and make $1 are all you need to double your trading capital, versus the 230 losing trades in a row you would need to bring your balance to $100. Let me teach you more about the money game risk-free for 30 days. Go to the homepage of TFNN.com and click on my name, Steve Rhodes, for your 30-day risk-free trial. You were born to be a money master, and I'll teach you how.
Here's what people are saying about Tiger TV.
Let's go to John in Tampa. Hey, John, what's going on?
Hi, Tom. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great. You having a good day out there?
A wonderful day. I love your Tiger TV. I watch it every day. I'm like a kid in a candy store.
Oh, man, I appreciate you out there watching it. How long have you been watching the Tiger TV?
I'm watching almost a month now, and it's wonderful.
It's pretty cool, isn't it?
Oh, yes, it's cool. You see the charts and everything. Thanks so much for the hard work.
Tiger TV, a great news service from TFNN.com. This segment is brought to you by Goldfields. For more information, just click the Goldfields banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. We have the Dow right now down 19, NASDAQ off 9, S&Ps are off 2. And wait till you see this, okay? We have a Tigers today, folks, and I was lucky enough to meet Ann. I'm going to get this big picture up right here. And Ann is this may be one of our older Tigeresses out here. Ann is 96 years old.
I love it.
How's that, right?
I love it. Absolutely.
And so check this out. Her and her husband, I know them, okay? They have been to the workshops, okay?
Yeah.
And I'm going back even, I'm probably going back 8, 9, 10 years. But happy birthday, Ann.
Happy birthday.
Make it a great one. She's 96. And she's still working out. Her husband, the little capture there, he says, so there she is, the queen. He calls her the queen.
I love it.
The couple is amazing.
I love it.
The couple is absolutely amazing. And let's see. So what it says here, folks, in case you're not watching on the TV, let's see. The Queen celebrating her birthday at the First Health Fitness Center in Pinehurst, North Carolina. The first picture was taken during a light workout session with her trainer, which was followed by a little party held in her honor by the management of the center. And it's just amazing. It's amazing watching Bill take care of her too. I mean, it's proud. It's huge.
Yeah. No,
it's what life's about.
Oh, absolutely.
It is absolutely what life's about. Isn't that cool?
Yeah, absolutely.
And congratulations, Bill and Ann. That is a beautiful thing. There's no doubt about it, man.
We got to get her to call in on Nico's show.
Yeah.
You know?
I think No, she has called in.
Has she? Okay.
She has
cool.
called in.
Cool. Good.
She has called in. I've talked to her on the air. I think. I believe that I have talked to her. And there he is right there. That's a beautiful thing. She's listening right now.
Oh, man.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
That's great.
Happy birthday, dear Ann. Happy birthday to you. Oh, that's a beautiful
that's
thing.
Great.
Isn't that great?
Yeah, that is good.
We love you, Ann.
That's right.
We love you too, Bill. That's amazing. That guy is amazing. The whole thing's amazing. That is.
See, now that's a cool setup because we got this. So CNBC doesn't have this, right?
I know.
Got people right then and there, real time, know who's listening
cool.
or what have you.
That is just great, man. You gotta love it.
Yeah.
The Tigers and Tigresses growling and prowling. And you talk about an inspiration, right? That's an inspiration, folks, and that's an inspiration that every day you get up, remember how life is so precious.
Yeah.
And, make sure you do something with it. You know what I mean?
No question about it.
Yeah. And you know what? Oh, listen, The Voice just called. They're going to put me on The Voice now.
Oh, baby.
Wrong. I will not quit my day job. There's no doubt about that. Oh, my God.
That's cool. I guess I know what you were doing last night.
Oh, man. I'm telling you. You know what? I'm telling you. You know what I'm...
Because there was no moon for us to go howl at.
No. And in fact, for folks, what's happening, what I think's happening is this. What I want to do, when we get off, I want to look up when musicals in the United States, when they've been so big, because I was listening to The Voice for 2 hours, and I was listening to Smash. I just loved it, man.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
The empowerment of just feeling good and all that music was amazing. So I woke up this morning. So picture this. This morning, I'm up at about, 4:45, right? And I'm grooving, having a great time. Holly and I are outside having a cup of coffee.
Yeah.
And so Angie fell asleep, right?
Yeah.
And so as soon as she woke up, I says, I'm telling you, honey, this whole musical thing is really happening. And what I got to do first, I got to get on the web. I got to find out when the musicals, because this is where my head's going with this.
Yeah,
my head's going, of course, it's Go Long America.
Right.
And I'm telling you, I'm convinced, folks, okay? I know, I got my 825 S&P, but I'm convinced that we're going forward, and it's more than that. Those shows are about empowerment.
Yes.
Those shows are about struggle.
Yeah,
and then they put music behind it, right, which just goes to your soul. And that's, let me tell you something, folks. You get that type of feeling, no one can stop you. You know why? Because it's real. It's just bang, it hits, man. No. And when it hits, forget it, man.
No, I'm totally on board, with that.
Do you know how to sing?
I do. No. Well, hey, I give anything a whirl. You know what? After a couple shots of tequila, I can sing. I can sing a tune, baby.
Yeah, totally. It was great, though, man. I thought the whole thing was just absolutely phenomenal, man. It really was.
No, look, there's no question that, from my standpoint, music is so empowering and so helpful. That's why I'd say, artists are absolutely have the ability to be the best traders out there. Yeah. Because from a music standpoint, you are actually you're present, but you are hearing or visualizing what's coming next.
That's right.
And I can teach anybody how to read the left side of a chart.
Right.
It's about the right side of the chart.
That's right.
And that's what musicians have the ability to do.
No, that's right. And you see, when they said, won't people stop spending to go to 825? My take on the 825, folks, would be fast to be furious. It's down there for the test, and that's the end of the bear market that started in 2000. We'll see where it shakes and bakes, baby.
I love it.
Steve Rhodes, Tom O'Brien, you stay right there. We get Dave from Clearwater coming back, and we want to hear from all you Tigers and Tigresses. Again, happy birthday, Ann. Make it a great one. And I know it's going to be. We're going to be right back, folks.
Hi, folks. This is Tom O'Brien. If you want to get great trade setups in equity as well as the option market, come over to TFNN.com and test drive my daily newsletter, Market Insights, for 2 weeks absolutely free. Each trade setup comes with a profit projection as well as stop placement. Included in Market Insights is a Twitter alert service. This allows you to take advantage of intraday setups. Volatility is back in the markets. What does that mean to you? To me, it spells short-term opportunity each and every day. The days of trending up on lighter volume are gone. We have come off the highs with volume across the globe. Don't get caught in the complacency trap. Many of the indices have given back 2 months of trading in 1 week. We have a trader's market. You can take advantage of this trader's market by test driving my daily newsletter, Market Insights, free for 2 weeks. Market Insights will give you the edge you're looking for in the markets. Go to TFNN.com, under newsletter, hit the Market Insight tab for your 2 week free test drive right here, right now.
In just December of last year, the price of gold was down over 10%. In today's highly volatile gold market, you need someone in your corner that understands the complex relationships that exist within the price of gold, as well as within a variety of gold equities. Whether it's the South African gold miners and knowing how the Rand-dollar relationship will affect their bottom line, or understanding how John Paulson's $5 billion trade in the GLD can move the market, Tom O'Brien gives you the direction you need to become a better trader each week in his newsletter, The Gold Report. With over 20 individual equities covered and almost another 20 on the potential watch list each week, in addition to covering the XAU, HUI, GLD, and dollar, The Gold Report is a great source for any trader that is looking to be diversified in today's volatile gold market. For your 30-day free trial to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report, log on to TFNN.com today. Don't miss out on this great offer. Act now.
What type of investor are you? Conservative, moderate, or aggressive? No matter your investor personality, your overall portfolio should reflect your financial goals, time horizon, and your risk tolerance. Help ensure your portfolio is appropriately invested with an asset allocation plan from Morgan Stanley Smith Barney. Simply picking the right stocks is not enough. Research has shown that choosing the right proportion of stocks, bonds, and cash is essential to the success of your long-term investments. Morgan Stanley Smith Barney believes that a carefully selected portfolio can lower volatility and increase investment return potential. Find out about what asset allocation and a Morgan Stanley Smith Barney financial advisor can do for you. Call Angela O'Brien, First Vice President and Certified Financial Planner of the Clearwater, Florida branch at 727-441-6108 today to discuss your personal financial needs. Asset allocation does not assure a profit or protect against loss in declining financial markets. Investments and services are offered through Morgan Stanley Smith Barney, LLC. Member SIPC.
In the world of financial markets, there's a new player in town with an exciting new way to trade the markets. Nadex now offers binary options as well as bull spreads in a wide range of indices along with commodity and forex markets. With as little as $100, you can gain access to a new way to trade global financial markets while guaranteeing that your risk will always be capped. Nadex allows you to multiply your trading opportunities in ways never imagined before and access markets you once thought were out of reach. With short-term trading opportunities available, including binary options expiring each hour the market is open, Nadex allows you to take advantage of a variety of market conditions regardless of volatility or market direction. Now is the time to take advantage of this exciting new market. Don't let this trading opportunity pass you by. Open your account today by clicking on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Nadex, a better way to trade.
This segment is brought to you by Crocodile Gold. For more information, just click the Crocodile Gold banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. We have the Dow right now down 24. Nasdaq's up 8. S&Ps are up 4. And you just heard we have a new advertiser, folks. It's Nadex. And Nadex is a new exchange. And I'm going to bring this up. This is a demonstration account and show you what we're looking at here. Well, first off, what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to, on this demo account, you can come over to our website at TFNN. You hit the Nadex banner. That'll get you first to a Nadex page on TFNN. Then you hit about binary options. You can go over there and open a demo account. And I'm going to show you what I'm going to do right now. So the S&Ps right now, you can see the SPY. What the SPY is doing is this. You know, we first came down from 134.50. That had 8 million shares. We just came into that with 1.8. So what I want to do is that on binary options, the way this works, folks, it's a yes or no proposition. So what you're looking at here, you're looking at the Nadex platform. What I'm going to first do, and the way it works is that the binaries are yes or no. You can do them by the hourly, daily, weekly, monthly. I'm going to do, first I'm going to go into the indices, and I'm going to do the S&P 500. We'll walk you through the different ways you can do this, but when you see this, this is really neat. Okay, so I'm going to go into the daily S&P 500. Now, what you're looking at is that you're looking at the close of 4:15 this afternoon. So what we have is that what I'm going to look at, I'm going to say, okay, right now I think the S&P just tested on lighter volume. The S&P is trading at 1336.75. So what I do is I'm going over here and I'm going to say, I think that the S&P is going to close under 1337. Now, when I bring that up, the bid offer is 47 by 51. So I'm going to say, okay, I want to sell it. So I'm going to fill that out, and I'm going to sell. I'll sell 30 of them. Each
contract is $100.
Each contract's $100. Okay, and I'm going to say, okay, at 45.50, if I do that. Now, what ends up happening is this. Let me see what that looks like. I can't see that far. 45. One second. Yeah, I did that.
Yeah.
So.
There we go.
Okay, now it's 43. It's moving too fast. Okay, it's 43.50. So at 43.50, what's happening is this, is that I'm selling the 1337, which right now is basically a, let's see, which is 1 point out of the money. I'm saying that I could lose $1,600 to make $1,300. So let's see. I'll let me just do this.
Yeah, in this case here, you're trading the future contract.
That's right.
Okay.
I don't have to do that one. I'll go with 1336.50. Okay, let me go 1337, 1334. No, I'm going to go with the 1337. The reason I'm going to go with the 1337 is that it's out of the money, meaning I'm already in the money. And let me just see how this sets up again. Okay, so 30 contracts. I'm going to say 30. The price is $43.50. Okay, so that's going to give me a $1,600, $1,300. $1,600 risk. And it's a yes or no proposition, folks. I'll win 13. I'm selling this 1 point out of, in the money right now. So let me show you the difference here just for a second. I'm going to close this out. I'm going to say, okay, what if I went to the 1334? Now the 1334, meaning, okay, the direction is still going to be sell.
Yeah.
I'm going to do 30 still. And I'm going to do 64. I'm doing this one. Okay, here, bang, I'm hitting that quick. Okay, what the difference is that one there, okay, if I get a close today under 1334, I risked 1,000
yes,
to make 1,900. That's how that went, because I was only 2 points out of the money.
Yeah. Now you use 30 contracts.
I used 30. You can use one. You can use one. One's $100.
But the risk was 1,000, not 3,000.
That's correct.
Okay.
My defined risk is $1,000 on that trade.
Okay.
The most I can make is $1,900 on that trade.
Yeah.
Now what will happen is that you can actually close these out before the close.
Okay.
Okay, so it's a yes or no proposition. 4:15 this afternoon. I need to close under 1334 at 4:15.
Yeah.
That's how that works.
But if it starts trading intraday below 1334,
that's right.
And you take it off the table,
I make the money then.
You make it the same money that you would have made.
No, not the same money. It'll be just like an equity.
Okay.
It'll be the bid offer.
Yeah.
Okay, it'll be the exact same bid offer. And you can close it out.
Yeah.
You don't have to wait to the end of the day.
Okay.
Now they have these folks. Okay, these are yes/no propositions. These are binaries. We'll go. The reason I'm going to start with the binaries, they also have both spreads.
Right.
So I'm going to start with the binaries so you can understand how they work. The binaries are done on the indices, on all the forex products, on all the commodities.
Okay.
Okay.
And indices mean you can go around the world too.
You can go around the world too.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay, cool.
So it's a neat product. It's particularly a neat product because what you can also do, and you'll see this happen, is that this is a product that I suspect even larger players will use on highly volatile days in the marketplace.
Yeah.
Because what you can do is that what you're actually doing, you can go out of the money quite a while, okay, and protect yourself, okay? And the key here is, just so you understand how this works, anyone, it's a bid-offer market, so it's a market-making market, but the actual retail investor is the bid-offer.
Yeah, understood.
So let's go to Dave in Clearwater. So the number is 1334, folks. That's what I need. What's happening, Dave?
Hey, Tom. Hey, Steve. Thanks for taking my call, guys. How y'all doing today?
Good, man.
Joining the show a little bit on the late side, but one part I did pick up was 96 years old. Can you imagine the changes that lady has seen in her life in 96 years?
Isn't that cool?
I mean, sir, think about that.
Yeah, I know.
Going from Model A, Model Ts, I would imagine, to, the computerized cars, computers in general.
That's right.
Television, the list goes on. Just an enormous change.
It does. So let's see. We go back. It's 2012, so you're going to go back to 1915.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Isn't that cool? So she's seen the crash, the banking crash of 1917.
Oh, no doubt. World War I, World War II.
Yeah.
The list goes on. Just it's amazing.
Right.
Absolutely amazing. But, hey, anyways, guys, like I said, I'm joining the show a little bit on the ladies' side here, so I'm not sure if you went ahead and already covered this or not. But I've been kind of keeping an eye on Great Basin Gold. It looks like it completed an ABCD up and had about a 50% retracement. Gold seems to want to hang in there a little bit, but the equities themselves are kind of looking weak. I was just curious for your thoughts on Great Basin Gold.
Let's take a look. You get GBG. GBG, folks, okay, the low is 86, the high is 285. They came out with their numbers yesterday, sold it down, but not enough, which is sweet. You know, we went down with 3.9 million. It's testing the lows out there. We'll have lighter volume, but that 3.9 million was testing the 6.2. You know, so that's telling me that GBG bottomed. You know, so now you get a consolidation. The top of that consolidation is $1.31.
So would you put in a buy here, or
yes.
What would you do?
Yes, I would. Yeah.
All right. And do you think, and like I said, I think you might have already covered this. I know you're hitting gold left, right, and center, but it seems to be structured support, or ICE, I should say, in the 1740 range. Is that about right for gold, on the gold contract?
Yeah, I don't like the idea that, you mean resistance on the way up? I would rather that what was happening yesterday is that gold was acting really sweet, meaning was pulling back, the volume was declining. I don't like this going up today on no volume. This is a bummer. See, because what we've had is that you were pulling back into the day of strength, and you were pulling back with lighter volume. Right. And now what's happening is like, oh man, don't go up there and test that high with lighter volume, because if that's what happens, that means we're going to get lower prices.
Okay, so going back to, being that's the case, going back to Great Basin, would you put the stop in it around 85?
I would. You don't even have to give it that much. There's no reason to. Great Basin should turn right here, period.
Okay.
Cooking, brother.
All right, thanks.
Have a great one. Have a safe one. And a couple of tigers we're talking about, the actual product. This product, folks, the Nadex product, is regulated. You know, and what you want to make sure that you understand when you go out with any products, go over there yourself and go look at the product versus, you know, I'm sure that it looks to me like a couple of tigers didn't go over there and look at the product.
Yeah.
You know, it's a totally regulated product. And in fact, I would suggest that it's not only more regulated, the full amount of money is up on both sides.
Yeah. Yeah.
The $100 is up on one side, the $100 is up on the other side.
Right.
End of story. Wild one, man. Look at this market. Okay, so let's go take a look at this.
King dollar.
Yeah, no, there's no doubt about it.
Up 35, or down 35 ticks right now.
Yep. Let's see, DXH2. Okay, so 19,000 contracts. You're coming into, it's going to go after they swing low, man. You know, so now this is where this is funny. This is what you had. So on the 1st of February, you could make the case that King Dollar went into a low with volume, or when rejected that low, went into a high with volume. And that's 34,000. Now that 34,000, however, was coming against 34,000 on the other side.
Right.
Now what you have, though, is that the low of that area was 78.74, and right now we've hit 78.79. You know, we'll see whether on how it's going to hit it. On a intraday basis, I like how it's hitting it, because what it's doing, when we talk about the first time I said going long, which was that was 20 minutes ago. That low was 78.80. That low had it ended the 10-minute bar at 1137. And right now, let's see, so we're at, what time is it right now? 10-minute wise.
It's 10:45.
Okay, so right now we're at 665. So it's still hitting it with dramatically lighter volume, because the benchmark out there is 2536, which is not even close.
On the 10-minute chart.
On the 10-minute chart. Yeah. That's right, on the 10-minute chart.
Beautiful, man.
Yeah.
Now, when I was last night, as I was kind of going through things, you know, on the dollar index, I found my hammer candle.
Oh, yeah?
Which was right here on the 26th, and it immediately got taken out the following session.
Right.
But what it's bouncing up against is the last bullish candle that's out there is this bullish engulfing. So, I mean, it is, you can see how the actual battle line from a candle standpoint, was formed because once it busted through here, said, okay, it lowered prices. Well, then you go down and figure out, well, where's it going? Candle-wise, was coming right into here, and the U.S. dollar index has made several bullish engulfing candles on the way up, and it's had a lot of conviction. So it is kind of cool to watch the actual battleground.
Oh, it
from
is,
a
man.
Candle standpoint.
And it's a battleground. It's a battleground.
For sure.
Because, what's too bad about after that hammer candle, Steve's hammer candle.
I love it.
Totally. Is that if that had opened a little bit higher, that would have been a last engulfing on top of a hammer, which would have been dynamite.
Yeah.
So Bernanke is out there.
He's always out there these days.
Well,
he's a rock star.
He is a rock star, no doubt. He's a rock star, and he's. Oh, look at this. So right now, folks, the Dow's only down 5. Let me put this. Let me get this back over here on a 10-minute though.
Yeah.
Okay. So what do we have?
No volume.
Come on, baby.
There's been no. The push up is not on any volume whatsoever. There's no volume spike.
We're still testing. So if you look at the S&Ps, this is what you still have, folks. So your benchmark is that you had come down on a 10-minute with 8.6. The first time it was testing, which was 20 minutes ago, was 3.7. Right now you're at 2.9. That's saying it's not going to make it. The exact number is 134.44. That's the number. And the volume characteristic is 23 million.
Yeah, absolutely. So you got you got Europe closing in 45 minutes. So we take a look, and they're trying to push Europe up as well, trying to push the DAX up. And over in Asia. And Asia was down last night, right? We had Asia down just a bit.
Yeah, Asia got hit last night.
Yeah, Nikkei down 11 points. I haven't looked at some of those Japanese stocks like Sony. Sony had released because some of Panasonic and Sony had. That thing! Look at that! How that thing bounced.
No. Sony's got strength, man.
How about that? I have not looked at that.
Sony's got strength. Sony's on its way. Pays a 1.6% dividend. You talk about.
So those losses that they reported didn't scare anybody.
Well, when you look at this, if we take a look at Sony, remember we had talked about this, that this all has to do, no doubt, with the yen.
Yeah, no question.
What Sony had done, folks, is that if we bring this back, I'm going to bring this back to 1990, and what you'll see is that we're testing the lows going back to. It's actually spiked the lows of 2003.
Yeah.
With dramatically lighter volume. And you know what? Look at this, man. You know what I think this is? That's a butterfly. It's going to be. Now, this is what gets cool, folks, okay? Not yet. No, I see the low is out there at 16. Okay. So the low in 2009 was 1554. But you're still coming back into that whole thing with dramatically lighter volume. And that's... To me, that's a no-brainer. Yeah, you want something that you're gonna hold on to. That's one
for sure. Yeah, for sure.
When no one wants them, folks, that's the name of the game. Excuse me. This is Steve Rhodes, Tom O'Brien. We appreciate you growling and prowling out there with us, folks. We have the Dow down 6 right now. Nasdaq's up 4. S&P's off 2.5. We're gonna be right back.
Are you looking for a precision edge in the market? Something that can stack the odds in your favor? Then look into Larry Pesavento's new trading newsletter, Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind. In each weekly issue, Larry explains what's going to happen in the markets based on the pattern he sees developing and gives you actionable trade ideas based on those patterns. Plus, you'll get his detailed analysis on a variety of markets and sectors, including stocks, treasury bonds, the gold market, oil, the dollar, the forex market, and more. And you'll get the Technical Corner segment, which is a short but powerful weekly training session on trading. You'll You'll get access to all the patterns Larry is seeing in the markets, plus the Astro Harmonics and powerful Bradley stock market model that Larry utilizes for less than $5 a day. An extremely potent combination that will give you just the edge you've been looking for. Try patterns, profits, and peace of mind absolutely free for 2 weeks. Go to TFNN.com and click on the free trial link at the top of the page. That's an $85 value, yours free when you register right now. Get Larry's patterns, profits, and peace of mind and get the edge you've been looking for.
At Tiger Metal Exchange, we pay you more for converting your jewelry to cash.
Let's go to Brian in New Jersey. Hey, Brian, what's going on?
Hey, Tom, I just want to let you know I did give you some jewelry. My jeweler offered me about $650, but you get a check in the mail tomorrow for about $1,200.
At Tiger Metal Exchange, it's all about honesty when converting your jewelry to cash.
Okay, let's go to Paul in Florida first. Hey, Paul, what's going on?
I want to commend you on the Tiger Metal Exchange. I just did a deal with you guys the other day.
Oh, good.
I'm very happy.
Well, I appreciate it. Now, Did you sell us jewelry or did you buy coins off us?
I sold you jewelry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
What we weighted at was less than you guys said, so, you're totally honest.
At Tiger Metal Exchange, we give you the tools to value your gold, and it's absolutely free. Call 866-618-8888 or log on to TigerMetalExchange.com. We've created the easiest, safest, and most honest cash for gold process. Tiger Metal Exchange. It's the only call you need to make.
Would you like to discover the next great tech stock? David White, TFNN's technology guru, has just launched his new newsletter, The Technology Insider. In his newsletter, David will be looking for those shining stars that may turn into the next Apple, Microsoft, or Cisco. David combines his technology background as a software programmer with his market skills as a successful professional trader to give you this unique newsletter. We're on the verge of the next great tech run. With the Technology Insider, you'll be in front of the run-up and not lagging behind. David is developing a long-term investment portfolio. Therefore, we're only offering the Technology Insider as an annual subscription with a remarkable price of only $395. That's right, for a little over $1 a day, you'll receive the fundamental technology wisdom and technical trading skills of the Technology Insider David White. What are you waiting for? Go to the front of TFNN.com, click on the link on the front page, sign up for your 2-week free trial, and become a Technology Insider today. Great Basin Gold is a mining company engaged in the exploration and development of 2 emerging gold properties in Nevada and South Africa with a total resource base of more than 23 million gold ounces. Great Basin's Burnstone mine in South Africa opened in February of this year with a resource of 20 million gold ounces, becoming the first mine to open in the historic Witwatersrand Basin in the last 30 years. The Burnstone mine is projected to have a 25-year mine life and is fully financed with production anticipated to be over 250,000 ounces per year at a cash cost of only $450 per ounce. The Hollister mine in Nevada became fully integrated in the 4th quarter of 2010 with annual production estimates of 110,000 ounces of gold per year over the 8-year mine life at a cash cost of only $527 per ounce. Great Basin Gold is cash flow positive and trades on the Toronto and New York stock exchanges under the symbol GBG.
Catch Kate Stalter on the Small Cap Roundup, Tuesdays and Thursdays, 11 a.m. Eastern. Up next on TFNN.
Welcome back, folks. We get the Dow right now up 3, Nasdaq's down 2, S&P's are flat. And if we go back to this, the Nadex platform for a second, folks, I want to show you something because Steve and I were just talking. So right now you get here, the S&P's are at 1339, but you can see just how you can trade this with $100 because I basically, when I was saying before that the risk is $100 and it's not, because what happens is this, is that if you buy one contract and you do 43.50, watch how this works, you're actually risk there, what is that?
$56.
$56. So depending what it is. It's the $100 is the full increment.
That's right.
You know what I mean? Like on that one, the 56, the other side, the most you can make is 43.
Yeah.
So that's how it works in the context of they're all $100 increments. If you're some of them, if you're pushing too far out of the money, you're risking $20 to make 80.
Right.
You're risking 30 to make 70.
Right.
And so it's all $100 increments. Anyway, you can come over, you can open a demo account, go to TFNN, you'll see the Nadex banner, you hit it, you can open a demo account for 2 weeks. We got our man Deke in Clearwater.
Yes,
Deke, what's going on, brother?
Hey, how you guys doing?
We're doing great, man. You having a good day out there?
Have a great day. Thank you very much.
Cool, man.
Good.
I need your insight on Apple. Are we doing getting to a point where it's going to be a butterfly sale?
Man, I think it's way past the butterfly.
It's a 1.618 butterfly right now. Right now, that's the level that it's trading at this morning. But the problem here with Apple is, stepping in front of the freight train. The 485.87, was the exact number. Got up right now, trading out at 465.87, trading out at 466.20 right now. In order to sell this, you need to see some sense of weakness in it.
Yeah, you need a swing really plate broken first with volume, Deke.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm long it right now, so should I keep a tight stop on it and keep an eye on it, or?
We know you're long it, man. Yeah. You don't even have to call us, man. You made more money on Apple than the whole world has.
Well, I just had to sit down and just start figuring some stuff out, and I was all over the map. So I just said, well, I'm going to take this one and watch it and play with it and get to know it
and ride it.
Yeah. It's got to break down through that gap, and it's got some decent volume up there. So as long as it holds the that low area it's got to close below the 443.14, and it's got to do it with some good volume.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you could see this thing possibly just pulling back on light volume to set up the next buy as it got down to close that gap.
Yeah.
Which would be pretty wild, but
no doubt.
This thing has been a rocket ship. You put this thing on a monthly chart, and that is a bull market. Just look at that. Yeah. Wow. Straight up. Gotta love it.
All right, guys. Thanks much.
Okay, man. Have a great one. Have a safe one. And, folks, of course, you stay right there. We got a great lineup coming up for you. We got Kate Stalter from coming out of Santa Fe, New Mexico. Then we're going to the Thinkorswim headquarters in Chicago for the best option show on the planet. That's 12 to 1. Then all the way out to California, we got our man, Mr. Ken Shreve, this afternoon, 3 to 4. And then back here, 4 to 6.
It's amazing. No volume. Look at this thing.
Which one is this? Oh, the Qs?
This Qs. Doesn't matter. You can choose the Qs, the diamonds.
Yeah.
You go, across the board.
Yeah, this market's not going to hold.
Like,
as soon as Bernanke gets off, this market's going to go again. This is the classic. You push it up, he's on. Push more stock out into the unsuspecting public and money managers. Because what happens, folks, don't think that money managers aren't unsuspecting. They lose just as much as everyone else does on these downdrafts. When they talk about volatility, volatility is going to disappear. All this volatility is a word for it downtown.
Yeah.
Yeah. Steve Rhodes, Tom O'Brien, you stay right there, folks. We got Kate coming up next. Then Victor from Thinkorswim, Ken Shreve, and myself.
Take care, folks. Have a great morning.